You know I love a tiny camera. I've got a really cool tiny camera to show you today, and it is the HOVERAir X1. It's a teeny tiny drone and it doesn't even need a controller. This is all you need to get some shots like this and this. I was dying to get my hands on one, so when the company reached out and asked me to do a review of it, I was like, yes please, grab your hands. Can I please take it to LA with me and get some really cool footage? And they thankfully said yes. Thank you so much to the company for sponsoring this video, but all thoughts are my own, as always. So you heard that right, you do not need a controller, you do not need goggles, you do not need anything, you don't even need your phone to use this. It works by just pressing a couple of simple buttons on the drone itself. And no longer do we have to scout out a flat, safe piece of ground to take off from. Because it is such a small drone and because it's completely guarded, it's perfectly safe to take off and land on your hand.
20 feet, orbit.
You feel like a boss when you do it as well, I'm not gonna lie. So the simplicity of this drone is awesome. You can turn it on, choose your preset, and it's up and running within literal seconds. So this is Dolly Mode, and as you can see, it will just follow you, and it looks pretty damn cool, if you ask me. So how does this drone compare to other drones? You may not know this at all by looking at my channel, but I actually have owned, I think, 5 different drones in the past. I even fly FPV drones from time to time. You don't often see them in my YouTube videos because it's so blooming much to carry. Whereas this is literally, you could just leave it in your camera bag and off you go. There's nothing else to take except the drone. And the benefit of that is once it's in the air, you don't have to hide your controller anywhere. You can just be hands-free, you can be doing what you want. It's much more natural. Having it completely automated is really cool. But of course, it's not really comparable to standard drones or FPV drones or anything like that. This is more a selfie stick with wings. This is a little cameraman that you can fit in your pocket. This does not go far, it does not go high, it does not go fast. What you get are predetermined presets, and that's a lot, but that's what I do with my normal drone anyway. So having all of that in this one tiny package that's very convenient to take with me is awesome.
Zoom out.
You get 2 batteries in the box and you get around 20 minutes of flight time or 20 sort of predetermined flight paths for your charge. And that will do you a day or numerous days depending on how much you're filming. So it is a really good travel device. And because it is so light, I'll put the weight here. It's way under the 249 grams of doom, so you can fly this anywhere you like without too many restrictions. Just use common sense, obviously.
Follow.
If you do want to manually fly, you can use your mobile phone as a controller, but I've not even tried this feature, to be perfectly honest. It's not what this product is for at all. If I want to do that, I'll pick up a different drone. It's the automation that really makes this product shine, and while the feature is there and it's nice to have, don't expect the earth from it. So there are several different predetermined flight tracks that you can use with this drone. There will be more added over time. There is a custom button at the end, so you can choose whichever one you like from the new ones that are being released all the time. My favourite ones are the orbit. Who doesn't love an orbit?
Orbit.
In terms of stabilization, the drone has both optical and physical stabilization, and it does a really good job. Just bear in mind though that this is a super lightweight drone, so if the wind does pick up significantly, it may introduce a little bit of bounce into your footage, and you certainly don't want to be taken off in a very windy condition because it would be like, bye-bye. This is a fair weather drone for sure. It works best in mild weather conditions and also in good light as well, because the sensor is a little bit smaller, but I do think you can get some great results from it all the same.
Bird eye.
There are more than one thing that I'm not a massive fan on when it comes to this drone. One of those is you only have internal storage. You don't have the ability to put a micro SD in and expand it. I will say that I took it away for 2 weeks and used it most days, and I didn't touch the surface of the internal storage. But I feel like just having the ability to expand the storage is something that I would like in a future version of this drone. The other thing is you are tethered to 30p when it comes to your recording formats. And I'm a 25 or a 24p sort of gal. I'm filming this in 30p so everything looks buttery smooth, but it is a little bit of sort of one more thing you have to remember. I do wish in future iterations, or perhaps through a firmware update, we could get 24p or 25p, please. And while I can see exactly why this is the case, because it is designed to be a drone for everyone with zero knowledge of either drones or video editing, I do wish that there would be a flatter picture profile that you could choose if you do know what you're doing, because the one that's built in is still quite punchy and quite sharp and quite contrasty. You can edit it and push and pull things somewhat, but it does fall apart pretty quickly, so I wish that we could have a flatter profile going forward. It comes in a cute little bag. It also doubles as a microfiber cloth, so you can sort of take the drone out, check the lens is clean, throw it up into the air and off you go. I honestly think that I'm going to just keep this in my camera bag. For the odd shot, it can really add just an extra level of interest into videos. So what I love how quick it is to get in the air. I love how easy it is to use. I ran around like an idiot trying to crash it and it weaved in and out of these trees with absolutely no problems at all. And just to be clear, there are no collision sensors or anything in this drone. The only sensor you have is the one underneath, which will allow it to sort of find your hand as it lands and takes off. There's nothing sort of collision-y based in there except the AI that runs it. It's actually really cool. Like if you go into like a branch or something, it will stop and the little voice will shout at you. It's like, watch out for obstacles. So yes, no obstacle sensors, but it does a damn good job of looking after itself. Just use common sense whenever you use it, obviously. So in 2024, this little drone is going to be in my bag at all times, and I'm going to use it a lot. And if I don't, feel free to shout at me in the comments. I want to add more drone shots into my videos, but I don't want to take massive bags of stuff with me everywhere I go. So this is the perfect solution for me. Check out the drone in the link in the description if you want to learn more. If you're interested in seeing more drones from my channel, check out this video next, which is where I learned to fly FPV drones in 14 days in Italy.